Today's video, I have a little bit of a public service announcement. Something that you guys might be interested in. So I don't know if you've ever used the app called Memrise on your iPhone. This tutorial is actually not going to work for Android, so if you have Android, sucks for you, sorry. But if you have an iPhone or an iPad, you're good to go. So this app Memrise, it's my kind of choice favorite way to learn especially the Tobira vocabulary or any other vocabulary that I might want to learn. If I create a custom flashcard set or whatever. Well, the cool thing about Memrise is that it's not just flashcards or whatever. So you have this word here, and I don't even know what Dotsuzen. I haven't studied the chapter 8 vocabulary yet, but so it just has a little bit more kind of interactive quizzes and stuff like that. Even audio cues or whatever if you go ahead and make them, which is kind of cool. And it also has type the right answer or whatever. It'll give you the kanji and you type in the kana characters, or it'll give you the English and you're supposed to type in the correct word and kanji and katakana and everything like that. So it's just a little bit more interactive method to learn some of the vocabulary that you'd like to learn, which I think is kind of the best way to do it. Some other apps like Quizlet or whatever, they're literally just flashcards, and I find that a little bit boring. And maybe I don't think it's the best method to learn the language. I think that typing and having to choose some different things it's a little bit more interactive and gets you to learn things a little bit better. So I really recommend this Memrise app that you all download that for sure, because it's really really cool. And you can also use that on your computer as well. So the next thing that you want to check out is you should go to the App Store and download this Nihongo app. Okay, so this is a dictionary app, which is great, if you need to look up a word or whatever, and you don't know the meaning and you want to find the reading and all this other crap, which is super useful. But the particularly cool feature is if you go to this clipping section, and you're actually going to have to start the free trial. When you click on this, it's going to prompt you to start a free trial or whatever, or subscribe monthly or something like that. I'm just doing the free trial. I don't know how much it is. It can't be. It's probably under. I'd be surprised if it was more than $10 a month or whatever. So anyways, just go ahead and start the free trial. You can cancel it later or just as soon as you sign up, just so you can try the features for 14 days. Anyway, so go ahead and do that. And so say you're reading a Japanese article, or you're attempting to read some text in Japanese or whatever. Someone sends you a message in Japanese, and you don't know some of the words in that message or that article, right? So say we're on Safari and we're on NHK News over here, and we're reading this article, and it's oh god, okay, well, it's impossible. There's all these words that I have no idea how to pronounce them. I don't know what they mean, and it's just kind of a mess. But I'd also like to be able to learn these words. Well, that's going to be kind of a pain to go in and manually look up each word in the dictionary, add it to a vocabulary list, or write out some vocabulary flashcard on paper or whatever. It's just kind of a nightmare to do. So what you want to do is you want to copy all the text from the article, and you can go ahead and paste it, or go to the clipping section on this app, make a new clipping, paste the text, click save, and it goes ahead and adds furigana to all of the words in this clipping, okay? And you also notice that it's highlighted individually all the words that it's detected, okay? Well, what it's done with that is it's actually gone ahead and made flashcards out of all the words that it detected in the text, which is incredibly useful. So if we go here, if we go to our flashcards page, scroll down to clippings, we click the little, we can just click on here, and we've got all the flashcards. Obviously, we know Tokyo and Hito and stuff like that, so we can just go ahead and remove that from the deck because we don't need it. But anyway, so you've got all the words in here, and you can select it and add and remove words to your liking. Well, so if you click the little learn box, some flashcards pop up, which is fine if you like flashcards. But for me, again, I like Memrise. It's it's just a more interactive way of learning language rather than just flipping flashcards all day, which I find is kind of boring. So that was kind of the kind of lackluster feature or whatever that prompted me to do this. So I made a program that will convert these flashcards that this app has created into something that Memrise can read. So you can make your own Memrise decks out of the words that this app has automatically created out of stuff you've pasted in here. So it's a little bit of an involved process and a little janky, but it does at the end of the day work. And I think it's just super useful. I just kind of made it for my own benefit, but hopefully you guys can make use of this as well. So anyways, once you have your clipping selected and everything, and you have it's made the vocabulary card or flashcards out of the text that you pasted in, go ahead and go to your flashcards section, click on the little I, and then if you click on this little share button, you're going to want to click on export deck. Okay, so what this does is it converts all these words and puts them into a text file. Okay, so somehow, one way or another, you're going to want to get that onto your computer. So if you have a MacBook or whatever, and you have Bluetooth enabled, you can just go ahead and share that to your MacBook, and it'll drop right on your computer. Or you can just email it to yourself and download it that way. Just somehow you're going to want to get it onto your computer, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so we're back. So once you have that file on your computer somehow, you're going to want to drag that file to your desktop. Okay, so chances are it's some like super horrible looking thing like this. What is this doing over? Oh my god. Okay, chances are it's some super horrible looking thing like this, and you probably just want to go ahead and rename that. Okay, so we'll just rename it to, like, I don't know, words. Okay, so you've got your words.tsv file. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is you want to open up your web browser, Chrome or Safari or whatever, and go to the link that I put in the description of this video. Okay, so github.com/wmarty/Nihongo to Memrise. Okay, and you're going to want to come here. You're going to want to click on this clone or download button and download the zip file here. Okay, so go to your downloads section, open up Nihongo to Memrise, and you see this Nihongo to Memrise py. Okay, so you're going to want to go ahead and drag that to your desktop. So now that we have both of these files on our desktop, you're going to want to go to the little search bar here. You're going to want to type in terminal and hit enter. So once again, terminal and enter. And once you have that open, you can type in stuff in here. You want to type cd space desktop. And what that's going to do is it's going to take you to your desktop directory in your terminal. The next thing you want to do is you want to type this command in. You want to type in python space Nihongo _to memrise.py space whatever the name of your file is. So in this case, it's words, and then the extension of the file, which is a .tsv. And you're going to click enter. So you've noticed that this program has just run, and it's outputted all of this nice looking text here. Okay, so it has kana reading, it has English definition, and it has the kanji and the full word and everything like that. So let's go ahead and just copy all of this text. So we go ahead and Command C or Control C and copy the text. The next thing we want to do is we want to go to Safari, and let's go to Memrise. So once we're on the memrise.com website, let's go to the courses page, and we can go ahead and create our own course. Okay, so then, you do your typical stuff. You input a name for the course, so we'll just call this, I don't know, coronavirus article or whatever. And the language you're teaching is, of course, Japanese for English speakers. Description, demo for my program. And you can do all that crap if you'd like to. Okay, so then you click I'm not a robot, obviously, and you hit create course. Okay, so now you can input all of the words. So what you would typically do is you'd sit here and you type in, Tokyo, 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 as many times as it would take to, if you had 48 words in the list, you'd have to do that. Oh, whoops. Well, anyways, you get the idea. You'd have to do that 48 different times to eventually create your list, and you'd keep adding words and adding words and adding words, which is not fun. So basically, what I did is, if you go to this advanced tab here, you hit bulk add words, then you click comma, and then you paste the text that we copied from that terminal, and you hit add. It will go ahead and automatically input all those words that you copy and pasted. So there were those 48 different words, and it's all spaced properly, and it has the the kana reading, the English definition, and the kanji as well. So then you can hit save and continue, and there's your course. So one other thing, on your course list that you've made on, or your course or whatever you've made on Memrise, you should go to edit course, or like when you're making the course or whatever, and you always wanted to prompt with kanji, and then test on English or katakana reading or whatever. Click on this button here, and go ahead and select test on kanji, save and continue. And then now when we learn the words, and you click the little more button, it'll always show the kana reading as well as the kanji in English when you're learning the word. So that's basically, that was the program that I made. So thanks for watching the video. I hope that this was useful for you, or as useful as it is for me, and I hope that you learn some useful ways to study Japanese. So thanks for watching.